Have you ever tried to dream in a lucid way? Have you ever wondered how to do it? Perhaps you've wondered what a dream is at all? And perhaps you're just genuinely curious. And we have good news either way because we're going to answer all of it today. We think it is smart to begin by really putting a basis on what dreaming actually is. It might surprise a lot of you, but we're going to say it anyway. We're not going to hold back, so you better hold on to something. When you go to sleep every night, what goes to sleep is really the physical you. Your body sleeps, but your mind doesn't. Your scientists already have found out that the brain sometimes even is more active at night than at day. And so what happens is that the moment you go to bed and fall asleep, your non-physical part, that's us, hello, sort of joins forces, joins the party in the non-physical realm and makes all kind of preparations in your name. Makes all kinds of preparations and meetups and arranges things or gathers information for you that can be helpful in your future. So it's really a good thing. Now, all of that must sound very new to you, and you might wonder, how have I never known if that's really what's happening every night? And the answer is simple. The experience we're describing as your non-physical self having all kinds of experiences is non-physical and purely energetic. Which means the moment you wake up, your brain begins to translate into pictures and words what your non-physical part experienced through the night. Now you are probably familiar with the fact that a lot of dreams seem very shaky and unclear sometimes and more clear other times, and what it's really about is this. The experience you have in a non-physical have no physical equivalent terms. So what your brain really does is try to find the closest interpretation of what's going on there. Tries to translate for you into pictures. Sometimes it's hot garbage. Sometimes you can make some sense of it. In other words, if your brain finds a good metaphor for something, you might like it. And then there's also the matter of the translation language. What we mean by that is your emotional state at the time of you sleeping. Depending on how you feel when you fall asleep, your body is frozen in that emotional state in a way. Which means when you wake up, that emotional language is used to translate. So while the experience your non-physical self is having at night is purely positive and in your name, if the language you're using to translate is fear of any degree, sadness, anger, fear, whatever you want, translation is really going to be miserable. It's going to be so-called nightmares. You're going to find all kinds of random experiences, most of the time nonsensical, sometimes a little sensical. And it's really all about translation. So what's a good question to ask if the way we just explained, most of your dreams will naturally not make much sense? A good question to ask is, what can I take away from my dreams? And the answer is the way you felt. Because the way you felt in your dream is what you should be taking care of. The better you feel in your dream, the better. Keep going. The worse you feel in your dream, the more you might want to check in with your own frequency. And now we wish to tie that together with the idea of having a lucid dream. In other words, a very clear dream. Now, how does that work? Technically, the pictures that you understand are your dream are more of a download. Which means the moment you wake up, sort of downloading a movie of an experience that happened over time. Lucid dreaming is about downloading a movie, and while you're doing it, realizing that you're downloading a movie. So how does one accomplish this? The easy answer is set the intention to. Before you go to bed, say to yourself, which really means to us, that you want to dream in a lucid way. Set the intention. If you want to be clever, you could even set yourself up. You could say, I will know that it's happening when I see XYZ, whatever you want to see. And you might be surprised, after a couple of days of trying, that you're actually going to find the object you've been trying to set yourself up for in your dream. Now, the moment you realize that you are in your dream, that you are currently downloading the movie, you can reinterpret that. You can, so to speak, use whatever terms you want, picture and word-wise, to give a direction to what happened. So, if your non-physical self had a really good experience at night, and your brain wants to translate in some shady form, you might be able to say, can't I pick a specific experience? And the answer is yes. In your dream, you're very free. So the process is setting the intention before you go to bed. Ideally setting yourself up for something. Give yourself something in the dream to catch. Every morning when you wake up, we recommend you write down what you remember of your dream. Write down as much as you can, for it's going to fade, as you know. And the reason you write these things down is so your brain starts to get it, starts to see a pattern. Now, there's no timeline on how long or not this should or could take. You might make it on the first day, might take a few days. The process stays the same. It would also be helpful if you were to manage a good feeling place before going to bed. We already explained why, but we'll say it again. The reason this matters is because your interpretation is going to depend on it. So if you set yourself up to, for example, find a spinning clock in your dream that is letting you know that you're dreaming, and we send this clock as a picture to you, the only way you're seeing a clock is if you're in the vibrational vicinity of it, which cannot happen if your emotional state is miles away. If you're in deep anxiety, you're not going to see a clock. You're going to see a tiger wants to eat you. Rah. So if you want to see the clock, be in emotional vicinity. Repeat this for as long as you need to or want to. Perhaps you'll find an easier process yourself. It's not just one process. This is simply our recommendation. And be playful with it. that would be all on the matter. And we're quite curious to see how many new lucid dreamers we may encounter within the next time and times to follow after. Best of luck.